Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Bedrock Guide. We are diving straight in today with our project because we only have a couple of goals. We're going to go ahead and talk about our goals while we rip out this temporary sugarcane farm. It is done. We don't need it anymore because today our first goal is to build a micro sugarcane farm. And with that sugarcane, I am planning on getting a librarian villager today, which is goal number 2. And more specifically, not just a librarian villager, we are getting a mending villager. And the third goal is to get mending on all of our tools and armor, and I think we're going to try to upgrade it all to netherite as well. If you missed the previous episode, we went mining for ancient debris, and we talked about 3 different methods that you could use to get said ancient debris. If you missed it, be sure to go back and check it out because it is full of useful information that you could use going into the nether to look for ancient debris. I've got a fun little idea for how we can set up our sugarcane farm and our mending villager station, and it requires a lot of wood. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab a bunch of this, and then we'll get right into it. We are far enough into the season now that you're gonna start seeing where some of these things come together that we planned from the beginning. For instance, cows. We might need to breed a few more up, but cows are very important for this. And so is that farm over there that gives us a ton of bones. So yeah, this is where you see all of those plans come together. It's very, very important to think ahead and plan ahead when you are playing in a Minecraft survival world. Otherwise, you're gonna make things a lot harder on yourself. And building and exploring and getting gear, it's just gonna take a lot longer if you don't have a plan in mind. A nice little bonus tip for you guys today that has nothing to do with the episode. This stuff right here is called podzol, and you may have seen it in our adventuring episode when we were out way over that way. This stuff can generate when you plant a 2x2 spruce tree with 4 saplings. Now, these are birch saplings, but just for example, if you planted 4 spruce saplings like this and you bone meal them, this isn't going to work because birch can only grow in a singular tree. But with spruce, whenever you grow a 2x2 4 sapling tree, it does have a chance to generate podzol. Yeah, fun little tip for you guys. We're going to need a few redstone supplies for this project today, so we're going to start out with a couple of things that we have not built yet. The first one being an observer, which requires 6 cobblestone, 2 redstone, and a piece of nether quartz. And basically what an observer does is this little face right here will watch for something to update in front of it, and it will send a signal out the back and power whatever is going out that direction. We're going to need 2 of these, so we'll grab 1 more. Next, we're going to take 7 cobblestone and put them in a little upside down U shape just like this, and then we'll place a piece of redstone right there at the bottom, and then we'll take a bow, not our infinity bow. We're going to be very careful not to put that in there. We're going to slap it right there, and we've got a dispenser. If you take the bow out, it's just a regular dropper. Just make sure to differentiate between the two. You do need a dispenser. Then we're going to take 3 planks across the top, some cobblestone here, some cobblestone there, a piece of redstone down at the bottom, and 1 iron ingot in the middle, and we will get a piston. And we're gonna need 2 of those. We've got 2 pistons here now, and we're going to do something a little bit different with the second one. We're gonna take the piston and throw it back in the crafting table, and then take a slime ball that we got from hunting some slime out here in the swamp, and that is going to give us a sticky piston. Then the last thing that we're gonna need is a lever, which can be crafted by putting a piece of cobblestone there, a stick there, and boom, you got yourself a lever. So we're going to take all of the redstone components that we just crafted and create a micro sugarcane farm. If you are afraid of redstone, don't be. This is incredibly simple, and I'm going to explain it to you so that you'll understand how it works and how to build it. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our dispenser and place it down right here so that the little mouth, the little circle there, is facing forward. You can place it to where it's upward, but we don't want to do that. We want to make sure it is facing forward. So you kind of want to aim it at the back of a block. You see the little square around there indicating that we are highlighted on this block right here. We want to aim it towards the back so that it will face it forward. And then we want to come back behind the dispenser here and take one of our observers and place it back just like this, leaving 1 block of a gap in between. Then we're going to shift over from the middle space here over to the right one and place another one facing this direction. You will notice that the faces, the little smiley face here, there's the mouth, there's the eyes and the eyebrows. It's so cute. they are facing directly toward each other. In other words, the arrows are facing the opposite directions. This is very important to get this orientation correct, otherwise it will not work. Then the last thing we want to do is go over here and kind of aim at the back of this block as well, and grab our sticky piston and place it down so that it is facing this direction. You should have a little plus sign shape like this. The last thing that we want to do is take our piston that does not have slime on it, and we want to put it right on top of this dispenser facing forward. That's it. That's the whole design. The whole thing is done. Well, kind of. We got to get power to this thing, and that is actually pretty simple. So before we power this thing on, here's how this works. When this sticky piston extends, it's going to arm and grab this observer right here. When we flip the lever, it's going to pull the sticky piston arm back and bring the observer along with it. When this observer shifts over here and lands in front of this observer is going to be like, oh, I detected something, so I'm going to fire a redstone signal out the back. Now, it's not going to do anything back here because there's nothing to power, but the cool thing is this observer is going to detect that this just sent a signal out and then power out the back of this one. And because this one sent a signal, it's going to detect here and back and forth, kind of like a little ping pong effect. They will form a redstone clock just with two observers. So because this observer is constantly going to be firing a signal this direction, it is going to power this dispenser on and off, on and off, on and off. Inside of this dispenser, we're going to have bone meal. And when it fires a piece of bone meal into a piece of sugarcane, it's going to instantly grow it to 3 tall. This dispenser will also power this piston and push it forward to break the sugarcane that grows in front of it. So basically, it will rapid grow sugarcane and then boop, 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 continue to break it, and we can pick it up as quickly as possible. So let's just give it a quick little test here. We'll pull it back, and you can see we've got a constant signal going there. There's no bone meal in there yet, and there's no sugarcane yet, so we're not getting a true test, but that will show you at least how this thing works. And now that I'm looking at the area a little bit, I'm going to shift this back just a smidge because it's a little bit too far forward for my liking and the workable space that we have here. A couple more quick things we need to do before this is fully functional. We're going to go ahead and take our shovel and dig directly underneath our dispenser here, and we're just going to drop one water source directly underneath. This is very important because in order for sugarcane to be planted here, it needs to be directly next to a water source. So then we can go ahead and take our dirt and put it back down in that hole. Water right there, sugarcane, and we're almost ready. So next we're going to take our hopper right here and face it into the side of this dispenser, and then we're going to take a chest and put it right there. And because we have a ton of bone meal, we're just going to go ahead and fill up this entire chest and let it funnel on into the system. I've added a second chest over here so we can have some direct sugarcane storage right at the farm. We do have a chest for it in the storage room, but nice to have some things here as well. So let's just go ahead and run this. We've got a ton of bone meal, and if we flip this lever, watch magic happen. It didn't work. Oh, that's why it didn't work. The sticky piston arm was not extended, so it grabbed the observer, and now it's gonna bring it back. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1, watch the magic happen. There goes our sugarcane growing like crazy and just dropping all over the place. We're just gonna watch it here for just a second, and then we'll pick it all up and see how much we got. We've got 3 pieces in the inventory already, but we'll toss them back on the ground. We'll pick them all up at once, but we're just gonna get sugarcane upon sugarcane upon sugarcane upon sugarcane. Okay, so I've been running this for maybe 30 seconds. Let's shut it off. Here we go. What do we got? Holy moly, we got 2.5 stacks of sugarcane in about 30 seconds. One thing that I've tried to do with this series is to complete builds while we're working on them so that, you know, we've got a nice aesthetic. We've got the house, we've got the auto smelters over here. The nether portal is a little bit lacking, but we will complete that at some point. We don't want to leave this out in the open like this because it does look a little bit ugly. But I do have an idea in mind, and it will fit with the theme of our mending villager that we're going to get a little bit later in this episode. It just got dark not too long ago, and we're going to do something else here in just a second, but first... Hey, the classic YouTuber, I did some work off camera, and we're going to put another one right over here that is going to house our mending villager. So, what we need to do is trap a zombie villager, and we're going to do that by placing a pressure plate right here with a door facing open here, a door facing open here, here, and here, so that whenever the zombie villager decides to walk on through here, boom, they're trapped, they can't go anywhere, and we'll be able to capture them and heal them into a regular villager, which we'll show you how to do in a few minutes whenever we can find one. So we're just gonna walk around and hope that the classic Mojang mechanics of I'm looking for something so it's not going to spawn do not apply here. I'd rather not be running around for hours trying to find a zombie villager. We finally found a zombie villager, and Prowl's over there. He tried to steal him from me. If you were here in the stream, you saw it happen. Hashtag blame Prowl. For real. But we finally found a zombie villager. He has been punched, like so. So he should remain persistent and should not despawn. But knowing Bedrock Edition, he'll probably despawn anyway. But we're just gonna walk over here, and we're gonna stand right here in the doorway and hope that he walks right through into our trap. Boom. All right, so he should be safe now because he is underneath a slab there, but you know what? I don't know. I don't know if a slab will actually protect him from the light, so we're just gonna do that. Better safe than sorry. Go ahead and put a full block above your zombie trap, and that should protect them from burning in the daylight. He should not be going anywhere now. If you give a zombie villager an item, they will be persistent, and that is guaranteed. This guy should not despawn now. Even if we don't name him, he should stay persistent and alive and not despawn, no matter how far away we go. And just because we like to do things for science here on the Bedrock Guide, we're going to go outside of the despawn distance to where he should technically despawn. Let's just go all the way over to our fish farm just to be safe, and then we'll come back and see if he's still there. Oh, I can still see him poking out the door there. Yes, 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 yes. I think we are in business. We've got our zombie villager. Now we just got to brew a potion and get a golden apple, and we'll be able to transform this guy into a villager friend who won't attack us when we take these doors down. Okay, now I think we are ready to roll. We're just going to hop on up here and bust this out for just a second. Make sure to keep this center block over here so he doesn't start burning, and then we can just take our splash potion of weakness and toss it on him, and you should start seeing the stuff floating around. And we actually got a little bit on ourselves, but that is fine. Then we're going to take this golden apple and hand it to him and say, here you go, buddy, eat. Boom! And now you're starting to see the red stuff going there, and he's shaking a little bit. He's going to be feeling better. He's going to turn back into our villager friend any moment now. Hey, there we go. Look at that. Those green eyes. He's not scary anymore, and he's actually starting to link up with a bed. I think he's linking up with that bed right there. See the green sparkles that just happened there? Yeah, so that's going to be a problem. We need to break that bed because we don't really want him linking with beds yet or profession blocks. We want him to be a librarian, but we'll explain all that stuff here in just a minute. So we're just going to toss this bed here in the chest. We don't need it for the time being, and we can actually go ahead and tear down our dirt ceiling here because he's not going to burn. Oh yeah, you probably didn't notice this, or maybe you did. We got some bamboo. We went searching for a jungle in the same live stream that we had that dirt wall up, and now, oh, we've got scaffolding. Scaffolding is an amazing addition to the game because what people used to do is this right here. You'd pillar up with dirt, and then you'd have to dig your way back down or jump down, and it's just really obnoxious and annoying to build like that. But with scaffolding, you can just place it down like this, and it will continue to go up, 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 just like so. And you can climb, and you can descend. Once you're up at the top, you can build out like this, or you can build out like that, or you can build up and keep going. And once you're done, all you gotta do is break the bottom one, and the whole thing comes collapsing down. Oh, it's super simple. I've added in a rough little path here, which I'm pretty happy with. We might do a little bit more decoration over in this area, but for the moment, I want to get in here and start rolling some trades on our villager here to see if we can get mending relatively quickly. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to push this guy forward a little bit so he's out of the way, and we're going to drop our bed right here, and he should link up with it with little green happy sparkles. There we go. He is linked to that bed, and he should not de-link because there are no other villagers in this area. The closest one is way over there at Prowl's place. He's doing the same thing, and that is an abandoned village, so we shouldn't have any issues with that, and it's far enough away anyway. Then what we're going to do is we're going to drop this lectern. A lectern is one of many profession blocks that if you drop it on the ground, a villager will attempt to link with that as well, and he has now transformed into a librarian villager, and this is the only type of villager that we're going to talk about today. I will do a more extensive overview of villagers villagers when we get around to building an iron farm, because that will be coupled with a trading hall. But for today, mending villager. So all we got to do is go into his inventory by right-clicking and seeing what he's got. Bane of arthropods, that is exactly not what we want. So we're going to go ahead and break our lectern here, and then he should delink, transform back into a regular villager, and we'll just roll the trade again. So he is linked again, and we can go in and see a bookshelf villager. Bookshelf villagers are not bad to have because they are easy ways to get books if you don't have cows, but we've got cows, we don't need that. Another thing to note too, while we are doing this, if you do end up trading with a villager, make sure you like the trade. Mending on the third try, look at that. So we can demonstrate this now. We're going to grab some paper. We're going to trade 24 paper 12 times to get 12 emeralds so that we can get a mending book. So with our massive sugarcane farm right here, let's go ahead and craft up some paper. And we'll go over here again. Once you have an item that they want in your hands, they will pop up with a little emerald here saying, "Hey buddy, can you please trade with me?" So all you gotta do is right click again, go into their inventory, load up the slot that they want to trade with, and just start clicking away. You see the little experience bar across the top? They do level up and unlock more trades as they go. So we have just unlocked the apprentice level and unlocked punch 2 for the second enchanted book. That's okay, it's not bad to have. And with this last set of 24 pieces of paper, this should get us our last emerald that we need. So then what we can do is go in here and grab a book and toss it in there. 12 emeralds, toss it in there, and we have our first official mending book for the Bedrock Guide series. This is a historic day. Oh, it's gonna be so nice to have this on our tools and armor. If you happen to trade with a villager too often, they will raise their prices because they're like, "Hey buddy, it looks like you really like this product. Let me charge you more for it now." Because we have unlimited supplies to paper right now, I'm not really worried about the price, but eventually our villager will lock the trade because he will run out of product. Okay, nothing to see here except for, look at those discounts. So here's what happened. Zombies found their way in here via that bookshelf and transformed my villager into a zombie villager while I was working on some other stuff, and I had to heal him to get him back into his normal mending self. But now we have some trades for 1 emerald. So we're going to grab our emeralds and we're going to get a few more mending books for 1 emerald apiece. That is a steal. We're going to take advantage of this while we can because this will reset back to 12. But here's what we were working on when the unfortunate thing struck. If we go down here, I've got a little holding cell where I was going to have a zombie villager and a regular zombie back here, and we were going to be able to cure a zombie villager anytime that we wanted. This kind of situation is good for where you have a trading hall where you've got multiple villagers, because if you heal 1 zombie villager, it will discount the trades of all of the villagers within the vicinity of that healing process. But because this is a small space and I don't really feel like figuring out a way to keep a zombie in here, we're going to do that just for this guy. So I need to capture a zombie villager and a zombie and get them down there and all situated so that we can get 1 emerald trades anytime we want. Oh, it's happened again. Okay, well, we're going to opt to heal up this guy first, actually. If we can ever get in here to get the baby out. This is bad. Okay, we're good. Okay, buddy, drink up. Munch, munch. He should be reset back to 1 emerald trades now. This guy is still at 1 emerald trades for mending, and I do want that to reset back to the normal cost so I can test it out again. And hopefully we can do that in this episode, but I want to go craft up some netherite tools and armor. That's the next thing that we're going to do. We're going to go in here and grab our loot. We've got our ancient debris right here, and then we're going to go in here and grab as much gold as we can. In order to convert ancient debris into netherite, you need to smelt it into netherite scrap. And while that is smelting up, we're going to go over here and grab a few of our mending books. And I'm just going to go ahead and put mending on all of my tools and armor before we craft them into netherite. So there we go. That is a perfect diamond pickaxe. If you don't know why mending is such an important enchantment to have in the game, let me explain it to you right now. Before mending was introduced into the game, you would have to go to an anvil and you would take your tools and you'd throw them in here and toss some diamonds in, and you would take enchantment cost. and repair your tools. Eventually, they'll hit a point where they're too expensive to repair, and you just have to get a whole new set of tools and re-enchant them to get all the stuff you want on them. Mending was introduced years ago at this point, so it's not anything new, but just in case you don't know how it works, if you have a tool or armor piece equipped that has mending on it, while you're holding it, so this axe for example, if we collect something that gives us experience points, it will go towards repairing this tool without having to cost any diamonds or enchantment points. So we'll take these fish out of the furnace, and there we go. We've got a brand new axe fully repaired, and we can do the same thing again. We can grab this fish and it should repair our sword. There we go. And then just for good measure, if we go ahead and equip all of our armor, we should start repairing that as well. So there you go. We can go through here until all of our mending tools and armor are back to full durability. And it's like we've got a brand new set of tools and armor. Now for the fun part. We're gonna grab our 53 netherite scrap here, and we're gonna head up to our crafting table, and we're gonna toss all of these in the crafting table just like this. And then we're gonna take our gold and go just like that, and then we will have enough to make 13 netherite ingots. And then we can take our smithing table here, and we can toss in a tool, and then take one netherite ingot, and we've got a netherite pickaxe. Oh, that's great. Our first netherite tool is complete. What do you think? How do I look? Okay, so now that we've got our full mending netherite set of tools and armor, we can go check this guy out again, and he's still on 1 emerald trades for mending. I've actually maxed him out completely, and we're gonna get a name tag or two, because the last thing that I want to do in today's episode is to give that villager a name, and we need to finally name this guy right here. And that brings us to our comment of the day from Jacko Ziek. I don't know if I said that right. I apologize if I didn't. But a name for the dog, Joy. Oh, I just love that. I love that name. So here we go. Boom, your name is Joy. And last but not least, we are going to name our sleeping villager Mendelssohn. If you don't know who Mendelssohn is, he's a famous composer from way back when that composed like classical music and stuff like that. But we really named him Mendelssohn because he's our mending villager. So something I'm gonna need to know in the comment section. Will this guy's trades ever go back up to full price? Or is he stuck here at 1 forever? I did a little bit of research, and it sounds like if this was the villager that was attacked by the zombie and we cured him, his trades might be at 1 forever. Furthermore, it kind of makes this whole chamber down here useless. I'm not exactly sure on that. Another little important bit of information here about curing zombie villagers. If you want this whole setup to work, you have to be playing on hard mode. If you're playing on peaceful, when this zombie attacks the villager, it will not convert it into a zombie villager. It will just take it down. 100% chance it will die. If you're playing on easy mode, you have a 50-50 chance. But if you're playing on hard mode, you've got a 100% chance that this will turn into a zombie villager. So just make sure you're playing on hard mode. Otherwise, this mechanic is not going to work properly for you. Hi, Prowl.
Blue Jay, hello.
It's been a minute. Been a couple episodes since we've been over here.
Yeah, it's time for me to win. I wanted to give you a little bit of break from losing.
I mean, I would appreciate that. And just as a gesture of good faith and good luck, hopefully on my end, I've actually brought you a gift. So I hit a hype train level 5 on one of my Twitch streams last week.
Okay. Yeah.
And as a reward, they wanted me to give you 5 to represent the 5 levels. Punches in the face. No, I'm just kidding. That's not it.
Ow, hey.
They wanted me to give you 5 ancient debris. Okay.
Oh, wow. Woo. They're nice to me for a change. They're usually
so there you
mean
go.
to me
There's 5 ancient debris.
What?
Did you even read the name on there? It says ancient debris.
No, that's
ancient debris.
No. You can't. Your stream can't even spell.
You just gonna throw my gift on the ground?
Yes. If I had fire, I would burn it.
All right, I'm gonna roll a 9. I'm gonna roll a 9 now. Okay, here we go.
Hit the button.
Boom.
What'd you get?
Not great, but still possible to win.
A 4. Okay, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. Put it back in. Put it back in.
Okay, I'm gonna lose. Please roll a 3 or lower.
Ooh, come on, come on.
What'd you get? You got a 3 or lower.
Man. Okay.
Okay, so I did not show anybody yet, but the fan pick that I added for this week is emeralds in light of our villager setup that just happened today, and Prowl's got one over at his place as well. So emeralds, let's get one of those rolling, huh?
No emeralds. Please, no emeralds. I don't have easy access to them. Cooked chicken. All right, that's an easy one. I can AFK for that one.
That's fine. That's not bad.
All right, cool. Okay, so we got cooked chicken on the list. Let's see what we get. Quartz times 32. That's a lot
Yeah,
of quartz.
boy.
No.
I'm happy about that one. Get yourself into the nether.
Multiplier times 1. Multiplier times 1. Let's put this back. Come on, give me a 1. Give me a 1.
Times 9. Is it a 1? It's a 2. Okay, so 1 stack of quartz. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. 1 full stack of quartz ore coming up for me.
All right, I'll get on it, sir. You know what? Even a loser has to win sometimes. Goodbye.
Hey, don't forget your ancient debris.
Nope. Goodbye. I'm leaving. Hi-ho, silver. Away.
Watch out for bubble columns. Well, that was a rather successful round of resource roulette. Prowl's gonna go get us our nether quartz ore, and unfortunately, he's rejected our gift of ancient debris. But we're gonna keep it. We're gonna keep it over here in our storage, and maybe we'll frame it someday. But for now, it's gonna go in storage. And before we close out today's episode, we're going to go over here and check on Mendelsohn to make sure his prices are still low. Check it out. 1 emerald for mending. This has been more than 24 hours now. This is permanent. And I did actually talk to one of the community members, Wraith, and he's let me know that this is a mechanic now. This is a thing. When you have a zombie villager that has been converted into a villager, if they get zombified again and you heal them again, their trades should stay at the discounted price forever. And ever and ever and ever and ever. But hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Hope you learned a little bit something about sugarcane microfarms and about villager trading. We're going to be doing a lot more villager trading here in the not so distant future. But be sure to leave me some comments in the comment section about what you enjoyed in this episode. And be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't done so already, so that you don't miss out on any more great Bedrock Guide content just like this. Stay tuned. We are fighting the dragon in the next episode. We are finally here. It's going to be a good one. But thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.